Indiana Jones in that dinner scene, which is one of the most famous scenes in the movie, right? Bang out of order, right? Right, this is what's fucking happened, right? They've walked to this fucking palace, right? They're a state, right? He looks like a fucking degenerate, right? She
looks like hammered shit.
I mean, this is awful, but she looks like maybe a prostitute, right? In that context, she does. I mean, remember, her very appearance like that in that kind of culture might have been offensive or inappropriate in those times. Not that I'm saying that's right, but you should think of it that way. And then there's this kid, right? And so they're fucking traipsing on. What a motley crew, right? Yeah, they just bowl up to this palace, right? Not you would imagine there'd be security there who would shoot them or at least say, get the fuck out of there. What actually happens is the fucking Prime Minister, right? The Prime Minister of the country they are in fucking comes out and goes, all right, you lot look like you could do with a drink or something to eat, right? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I fucking could. And that's before he's even established who he is, because he says, my name's Indiana Jones. And he goes, yes, I read about you when I was up at Oxford, because he's one of these English-educated colonials, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, I know who you are. Yeah, well, come in then, mate. But he doesn't even know that when he first extends it. So how lovely is... I mean, I know they all turn out to be fucking Satanists or whatever, right? But at this stage, you don't know that. And you're thinking, the fucking Prime Minister, what kind of wonderful Xanadu is this, right? Where the Prime Minister comes out and greets these waifs and strays and says, please, come into my palace, right? Wash... Right, we will provide you with new clothes, which they do, right? But Indy gets a lovely preppy kind of bow tie and fucking tweed jacket, right? He didn't bring that with him. This is like Lando's palace all over again. He's got clothes for the visitors, right? he says, come in, get yourself cleaned up. I'll lay on some clothes. I think I've got something in all of your sizes. Then I'm going to lay on a banquet, right? And they might have said, listen, we've been in a plane crash, we've been stuck out in the fucking jungle for ages, do us a sandwich, mate, anything, it'd be fine. He said, no, I'm going to do you a 6-course banquet, and I'm inviting the Maharaji, right, and one of our colonial rulers from the British Army, right? And all the other dignitaries of the area are all coming tonight. We're going to do it real quick, right? Short notice banquet in your honour. And he's like, fucking hell. He's not fucking hell. He's an entitled prick because he's just like, yeah, normal. So they Indiana Jones. So they all turn up, right? And get it right. Indiana Jones is just an academic, right? I mean, I know he goes around the world fighting.
As far as everyone else is aware.
He's just a professor, right? And he's fucking so arrogant that he's there with, by the way, an outrageous tan. Have you noticed the depth of his tan in this show? I've never seen... Harrison Ford's never been that brown in anything, has he? Got this amazing tan. He sat at the table in his fucking bow tie. They're serving up this dinner. By the way, we've seen him 10 minutes earlier giving it the whole, I'm so in touch with other people's cultures. I'm an anthropologist. I'm a citizen of the world. Because when they get fed the shit food at the fucking village, right?
There's a lot of shit food in this film.
It's disgusting food. And Willie, understandably, is thinking, I don't want to eat it, right?
She wants a cheeseburger. That girl
of course she could.
Screams cheeseburger.
And she's like, I'd feel the same way. He's done all that. You know, Willie, you got to show respect to these people of other cultures. You got to eat their food. You got to be respectful when they're taking you into their homes. He was like that in the village, but he's an inverted snob because once he's at the palace, he sat down and he straight away got stuck into, so, what's all this I hear about you lot being some sort of satanic cult? Nicking kids, making fucking sacrifices. This is the rumour that's going round. Who told you that? Bunch of fucking like peasants in a village that I just fucking fell out of a plane into the middle of, right? And they go, all right, let's get this straight, cunt, right? You fucking fallen out of a plane, right? You've landed in a village full of fucking peasants, right? And they've spun you some fucking mad yarn that we're all up in a palace stealing children and worshipping the devil. Is that right?
And you've swallowed it.
You've got the temerity to come here, accept our hospitality, right? And then fucking tell it to us like it's fact, right? And we're all sat here giving you the red carpet treatment, and your opening gambit at dinner is, well, don't like the sound of what you lot are up to down in the basement. And the Prime Minister's like, that's bollocks. And then the Maharaji's, that's bollocks. And then the British guy, the colonial ruler who's over just checking it out, he could not give a fuck one way or the other, could he?
No, he couldn't.
He's there, he's feasting on all his food, and he's got a plum job. He's like, listen, right, I am paid a fucking king's ransom, an incredible salary by the British government, right, to be the governor of this place, and I don't even have to live it. I come out a few times a year, I have dinner with them, I ask a few rudimentary questions, they lay on lovely food, they usually lay on a couple of birds, and then I just get the boat back to England again, and I don't, I've heard stuff about fucking satanic rituals. Let them get on with it. I don't care. I could not give a flying fuck. I'm well fed. I'm well looked after. If I was you, Indy, I'd fucking keep your head down.
I will never be able to watch that dinner scene quite the same way.
I was really super scared when the Prime Minister and the Maharaji, it is the Maharaji, isn't it, the little boy? Is that what you call him?
Maharaji, yeah, with the ridiculous voice.
Right, yes.
My father!
Yeah.
He told me!
Oh, I hate him so much. When he came on last night, I was watching it through the eyes of my 8-year-old self, and I was like, that fucking I said to my wife, I fucking hate this Maharaj. And she was like, yeah, me too. When you were a kid, like when I think Short Round ends up fucking beating him up, doesn't he?
I think he kung fu kicks him or something.
Yeah. And you're like, fucking, you're like, go on, my son. Kick his head in.
Go on the round.
Go on, Roundy. Right, it's brilliant. You fucking hate him, don't you? But it terrifies me when he's first revealed, having given that silly speech. I think it's awful what they did to the people, and it brings shame upon my country. Right. And then Indy sucking shits himself then, doesn't he? He goes, oh, I'm sorry if I caused any offence, right? Yeah. And he's a bit late for that now, you cunt.